If you don't like the Clintons, you're not going to like this show, and it's not designed to try and win you over. However, if you are looking for an uplifting journey with a fascinating mother and daughter meeting some interesting people talking about some really important subjects, this might be just up your street. Let's talk about Gutsy.
Okay, here we go. We're hitting the road to shine a light on women who inspire us to be bolder and braver.
Leadership doesn't look one way. It's a giant rainbow.
You're not gonna break me down. You'll get worn out before I do.
Women who push us outside our comfort zone.
You got this.
And make us laugh.
I'm in deep Georgia, and they might have never met a Muslim.
Or they don't know they have.
Or they don't know they have because we walk among you.
Hello and welcome to Screen OD, the channel for people who love TV, movies and streaming. My name is Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who has been writing and talking about TV and movies for 15 years. Today we're going to talk about Apple TV Plus's new series, Gutsy, which stars Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. Yes, you heard me right. Hillary Clinton, the woman who was going to be the next president of the United States, and her daughter Chelsea go on a road trip to find gutsy women.
You have a marriage that has been on public display since the beginning. You said the gutsiest thing you ever did was stay in your marriage. That doesn't mean that's right for everybody.
To throw someone's life away when people really do make changes. I just believe in second chances.
My mother needed rehabilitation, not prison.
Your survival is your power.
Just like the book, this is a series about meeting inspirational women, about gutsy women. Hillary and Chelsea go on a journey, and lots of the people that you will meet in this series are famous names. They are people that you will be familiar with, from Kim Kardashian and Amy Schumer to Kate Hudson and Goldie Hawn and Dr. Jane Goodall, to name but a few. And one thing that they all have in common is they have fascinating stories to tell, and there are issues that are highlighted through the stories that they've got to tell which are really important and really interesting. Now, at the heart of this story is not just the fascinating, the interesting and the really important stories that are told by the subjects that Hillary and Chelsea meet, but there's Hillary and Chelsea themselves. This is a mother and daughter, but no ordinary mother and daughter, of course. You have a woman in Hillary Clinton who has been in the public eye for many, many decades as the wife of Bill Clinton, the President of the United States. Then, of course, in her own right, one of the most important politicians and statespeople in America for a huge amount of time, someone who almost became the President of the United States. And of course, Chelsea Clinton, as well as the daughter of Bill and Hillary, has been in the public eye. This is an interesting insight into the relationship between them, and there's some really nice, sweet moments where you see them telling jokes to each other, you see them talking to each other, and you get a little bit of an insight into the way that they live, as well as what it must have been like to be them living in the public eye. Now, there's plenty of people out there who will say, well, of course they're gonna look good in this show. They're executive producers, you know, them and Apple TV are not going to put something out there that makes the Clintons look bad. And yes, of course, there is an element of truth in this. However, I think when you do start watching it and you get into it, the relationship between them is a nice way of holding together a series that is actually mainly about other people and other ideas.
Someone say to me, you're not good enough because you have melanin. How dare you?
I have a master's in whites. I just want whites to get a GED in blacks.
Every single person makes some impact on the planet every single day. We can choose what sort of difference we make.
There may be people out there who are worried that this is going to be a very political show. And yes, of course, there's politics in it. There's nothing in life that isn't politics. And you have someone in Hillary Clinton who is a politician through and through. And there is a message in this show. There is an uplifting message. There are also messages that come through from many of the contributors about things that need to change and continue to change. However, this isn't a show that you would say is all about politics. Gutsy is a show that has issues at the heart of it. Well, of course it does. It's about important stuff, but it's also about being inspirational. It's about shining a light on people who have done amazing things and have stories to tell. It's also about shining a light on things that sometimes people don't talk about when those stories are told. Now, there are definitely people who will watch this show and say it's too lightweight. It doesn't go into enough depth in each of the areas that it touches upon. And I guess in some ways this is a fair challenge. You could definitely make a full documentary series about lots of the different subjects that are talked about in this show. But I guess that's not what it's designed to do. This is a kind of introduction to inspirational people and to ideas to challenge you, to make you think more, and of course to go off on a journey of discovery.
Speak truth to power. When I throw rocks, I'm throwing them up.
We're gonna go buy the house where we got married.
This is where it all started.
And the rest is history.
Cheers.
Overall, I think if you're looking for something that is inspirational, that has some fascinating people telling some really important and interesting stories, then you should try out Gutsy right now on Apple TV+. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Screen OD. We'll see you again for more videos very soon.